Alright, in this video we're going to use the quadratic formula to find the solutions to a trinomial. So the first thing I'd like you to do is recognize that we have a trinomial, and the standard form of a trinomial is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And what this is going to do is it allows us to find a, b, and c. And so up here we can see that a is a ghost, it's a 1, b is -4, and c is -8. And now here's the new part. The new part is using the quadratic formula. Quadratic formula is actually the easiest method of finding the solutions to a parabola, but it's the longest. So here's the formula. That's a b squared. So it's the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And if your teacher wants, you can derive that formula. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to give you the formula. So next, in order for us to find the solutions, we're going to plug in the values. So we start with b. Notice how I'm going to use parentheses for every value that I plug in. And I'm just going to use red throughout. That's a -8. Alright, so my first step after I copy my quadratic formula is to substitute in the values. And now I'm just going to simplify. So a negative times a negative is a +4. Now plus or minus means that there's two solutions, and this makes sense because the parabola has two sides. It's symmetrical, so there's two places that it crosses the x-axis. So now we have -4 squared is 16. -4 times 1 times -8 is +32. And I'm sorry, down here I forgot 2a would be 2 times 1, which is 2. And we have the same thing for subtraction, because it's plus or minus. Alright, now we're going to continue to simplify. Alright, now at this point we can either plug these into our calculator to get decimals, or we can continue to simplify. If your teacher has taught you how to simplify square roots, you can do that. I'm not going to go any further other than say that these are both solutions which will be decimals. There's going to be two solutions, and that's using the quadratic formula. If I plug these values into the calculator, I find that my parabola, it opens up because it's a +1, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, somewhere between 5 and 6, and between -1 and 2, something like that, where my solutions are at 5.46, -1.46. Later in the unit you'll figure out how to find the vertex point, but for now we're just looking for the zeros, or the solutions where the parabola crosses the x-axis. That's the purpose of the quadratic formula.